This was not the video that I was planning on uploading today. I was planning on presenting this beautiful presentation on why you should niche so that you can make more money and why most people don't niche and the limiting beliefs. And it was going to be this beautiful video with these like presentations and all this stuff. And I had planned on doing it earlier today, but now it's like almost 10 p.m. and I realize I still haven't done this. And the belief that was running around my head was, yeah, we'll just leave it for tomorrow. Because because this is the first YouTube video that I've done in a while, and I wanted it to be perfect. I wanted it to be good. And this isn't the first time that I've said I wanted to do this video. I started this little experiment of saying, hey, I want to start posting YouTube content 2 months ago, but I haven't posted my first video yet, or first video for this new project, because I have done YouTube before. And it is because so often we find ourselves thinking that we have to make the perfect move. And you've heard this a million times before. This is not the first time a guy has come on here and told you like, hey, you shouldn't need to be perfect. Like just doing it, like starting is better than not doing anything. You already know this. But hey, sometimes we need to be reminded, because I need to be reminded, because I wanted to make like I wanted this to like to make this the most value packed video and just make it the best. But that wasn't the case. Like that didn't end up being the case. And should I just keep delaying it? Should I just keep? Oh yeah, tomorrow I'll definitely do it. Like tomorrow I will finally post the video. Maybe, maybe not, because there's a very high likelihood that tomorrow I would just do the same thing, even though I technically do have the presentation ready. I just don't feel the juice to actually do it right now, and I don't want to half-ass it because it's a really, really important topic. Be on the lookout. This is going to be a really good video. The TLDR of this story is, I don't know what it is for you. For me, the smallest amount of action I could do right now was just pop up my camera and start talking over this presentation that I'm not doing today, to film a 3-minute video that I'm probably not going to edit a whole lot, and just pop it on YouTube, because doing that is better than having another day where I told myself I was going to finally have my first YouTube video out, but didn't actually do it. So, um, yeah, I don't know what it like. I don't even know what that action is for you. Like, we both know that right now there is something that you are procrastinating, something that you know that you should be doing to get closer to the goal that you care about reaching, but for some reason you haven't done it. And there might be a plethora of reasons. It might be because of self-doubt. It might be because you're scared of what people are going to think. It might be because you don't know where to start. Well, usually we do know where to start. We just delude ourselves into thinking that we don't. But for some reason, there is something that you haven't done that you know you need to do to reach the goal that you said that you cared about. And I'm just curious, what is that for you? I would actually be really curious to know in the comment. Man, this might even turn into a longer video. Because something that I've noticed, right, is for me, I'm very much into inner child healing. I'm a guy that's done the whole like locking in and told himself that he was going to do something exceptional for the longest time. And then, you have a few good days. You might even have a few good weeks, but then suddenly you fall back into old patterns like and it's the same loop every single time. For me, it was like I would decide, like I would be in a state where I was depressed and I would decide that I was going to lock in, and I would make this crazy insane routine of like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to wake up at this time, I'm going to do cold showers, I'm going to fucking crush it. And I wake up the next day and I follow through and I follow through and I follow through, and around 6 to 7 days in, I have a tiny slip up. I have a small little moment, a lapse in judgment, where I'm like, I mean, it's okay. I can eat this ice cream. It's okay. I can like sit and read one manga chapter. Oh, it's okay. I can do this like one thing that shouldn't derail me, but ultimately ends up doing it. Because what then happens is I will go into a shame cycle that I broke my word to myself over something as small as eating a little bit of ice cream. Which, let me be real with you, it's not a little bit of ice cream. It's a tub of ice cream. Let's keep it a stack right now. Or watched an episode of anime which turned into 2 episodes, which turned into a dopamine binge and going into the hole. And usually this would lead to just like a massive shame, and that shame would just completely crush my structure, and I would go back into this state of just like letting go of all my routines, and I would feel bad until 2 or 3, like after 2 or 3 days of doing that, I would be like, you know what, it's time to lock in again. And it would be this vicious cycle over and over, and this exact same cycle every single time. And I noticed after probing deeper, doing a lot of journaling and doing like some shadow work, I'm very, very blessed with the people that I work with who have all these like systems and methods that I can use whenever I know something is wrong. And I realized there were things in my childhood, there were things, beliefs that I held based on experiences that I had that would force me to repeat these patterns. And because they were unconscious, I would just keep repeating them over and over again instead of being able to adjust my behavior. Now, obviously, this is no longer the video that I thought that it was going to be when I started this out. But I would be curious, what is one thing that that, by the way, I apologize if you hear a little bit of background noise. I have a family in the house who are watching a movie. But what is one thing that you know that you should be doing right now that for some reason you're not doing it? And what do you think is the reason that you're not doing it? Like, what do you think is the underlying fear that is stopping you from doing that thing? Like, are you scared of people thinking you're cringe? Are you scared of failure? Are you scared of, what are you scared of? Like, what is the thing that is stopping you? And yeah, I'd be really curious to hear about that. Anyways, this is going to be it for my improvised YouTube video. Tomorrow, I do not hope I will, first thing in the morning, record this presentation because I know it's going to be very, very helpful to some of you guys. But until then, this is what I was able to show up to do. And I'm really proud of myself because I've had an incredibly productive day. I'm so bad at giving myself credit where it is due. But today I'm going to give myself credit because I checked everything off my list. And despite this not being the video that I said I was going to upload, it is still a video. And it has been 2 months in the making. And you know what? I deserve kudos because it's been a great day. So, with that being said, if you did end up watching this for some reason and it ended in your recommended feed, I appreciate you and I hope that you got something from it. And if you know that there's something that you should be doing that you for some reason aren't doing and you're like are open to share it, I'd love to read it in the comments.